Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Pisces, is the Night Queen. Now, Night Queen, it's a night theme. And you see there is an eagle, there's a moon behind her. She's wrapped in a black cloak, but she has a key. And then there is a lot of moon symbols out here on her forehead. On her cheeks, there is a full moon behind her. There is a moon, inverted moon on her shoulder. There's a key which she's holding in her hand. So this is using, again, powerful inner emotions, your inner wisdom, your inside what you're thinking, what you're doing, how you could be into using the night, practices. There is an eagle out here that's like known as the interworld communicator, bringer of messages from the divine, or, working through shadows, working through your inner world, tapping into the cosmic wisdom, the night practices, the rituals, doing things quietly by understanding that this wisdom, the sacred power of the cosmos, the moon, actually allows us to create so much more than we know. You could be reading up about this. You could be tapping into retreat or spiritual meditations and crystals and stones and healing practices. Even you could be learning about it. You could be practicing it. You could be seeing some dreams. You could be spending more time in the dark outside practicing some rituals or tapping into moon energies. There is also a feminine aspect to this. There is a feminine. The picture doesn't have to be that you're a feminine, but the energies of the feminine, of subconscious, of dreams, of receptivity, of quietness, of stillness. So you might be doing things quietly. You might be, you might not be loud about it. You might be writing some things. You might be doing some projects on the side that you're quiet about. You're not advertising it. You could be into, you could be creating some spiritual platforms, or you could be into retreats or meditation and yoga. But this could also be actually implementing quietness and stillness in your life to find that inner peace. You could be expressing your thoughts through words, through writing, through creative endeavors. You could also be part of healing communities, guiding people, healing people. You could also understand how this energy works in terms of how people train you. You could be cutting ties or setting quiet boundaries with people, like not responding to emails as much or not participating in group activities or social activities as much at this point in time. You could also be leading groups. You could be a woman that is leading spiritual entrepreneur groups. This has been promoted of late by UNESCO as well, recognizing how ancient wisdom and tradition plays a huge part in our evolution, in bringing peace, in connecting with nature, in connecting with our own selves. So I do feel there is something about feeling empowered through your spiritual practices. You might be also creating music out of it, something gossip maybe that you're connected with. But implementing rituals through music, you might be creating some tunes or promoting music on online social media, or you're just believing more in ceremonies and practices that are healing through practicing rituals. You could be out and about at night, you could be camping at night, or you could be in your backyard at night thinking through things, spending more time outside just sitting, with yourself. Or you could be tapping into some visions or dream state, but something mystical and something about, making decisions through knowledge of universe and the deep wisdom within without being loud about it, right? And working through it quietly and creating your reality through it. Next, Pisces, you have is the ancient oak spirit, and it says strength. So number 2 is coming through with this energy. So ancient oak, yeah, strength. Look at this tree. It's so big, so strong, standing tall, so big. And there is a golden light which is coming from the base of it. This is your inner light. I feel that you are strong. This is your inner light because you have been through it. You have been You have grown wiser through every challenge you have encountered. Pisces is what I'm getting. You're not become cold, but you've become strong. You've become rooted. Your values have become rooted. You're standing firm in your values. You're standing firm, rooted in your emotions. You know what you want. You know how to find it. You know, you're not going to be moved. You're not going to compromise. You're not going to cave into challenges because you've endured it. You've endured it, and you've become strong through your strong roots. Maybe you're connecting with your ancestors, with your grandparents. You're spending more time with them. But it could be also that you understand the importance of this solid roots. The okas roots that are going way far below the ground. It's the emotional depth, and Pisces, you're the mutable water sign. It's like knowing that how strong you are. You can wither their storms. Your strength is going to hold you through all the chaos that you have been and you have survived. Right? You have become wiser. You understand. You can read the rooms. You can read energy. You can read people who can see beyond veils. You can see beyond the surface. So you have tapped into some wisdom, some ancestral guidance system that's providing you that depth of thought and ideas. You could be reading up about the ancient people, more about tribes, about you could be reading about oaks as well, or oak forest. You could be planting forests as well, because nowadays there are initiatives to plant trees for the next generation, for environmental fortification, to reduce the pollution, which is causing a lot of health problems in people. And there is something timeless about ancestral wisdom. We can tap into it at any time. We can believe into it. We can read about it, about our ancient practices and how to bring that in, how to revive that in our current day-to-day stressful lives, because they really help us heal. They help us connect with our ancestors and how timeless wisdom of theirs. You might be reading up some journals or books of the backdated eras. You might be writing something. You might be starting non-profits for supporting people that have been through difficult times, for healing, for teaching, for guiding them. Or you could be spending more time by yourself, trying to connect more with nature, with ancestral wisdom. But it's just that, it's about standing strong, finding that balance in the most chaotic times. And I feel that, something in you has shifted. Something in you is more rooted now. You could have survived the hardest of times, and you're now tapping into, the old age wisdom. Maybe you're having some practices. You're doing things the older way, like how your grandparents did. Maybe you're listening to those music. Maybe you're cooking in that style. Maybe you're cooking some dishes of that era that your grandparents liked, or something like that. And that helps. Or maybe you're helping people through NGOs, supporting through the donations that you receive. Maybe you're doing it quietly. Maybe you're not being loud about it. There's a lot of movements these days in the world that are supporting the healing of people, and especially in war-afflicted zones and people that are coming out of those difficult, conflict zones. There's a lot of healing which is going on, like, some practices, some healing, and even for kids, for adults, for everyone, that is possible, through community support, if you could be into that. But it's more about strengthening your foundations, your roots, having practices of being patient, of resilience, of endurance. Pisces, you are becoming the strength. You're becoming the pillar for the next generation, guiding them, advising them what truly matters, connecting with your own inner secret space and understanding not to get carried away by glitter and glamour of the world, by staying rooted in philosophies and things like that. Next, you have Pisces is number 2, so sacral chakra. So the number 2 is coming too strong with this energy, and number 2 came through with the ancient auspicious. So 2 might be significant for you, Pisces, in the next few days or weeks, but sacral chakra, very orange, so radiating. So I feel that this is about, sacral chakra is more connected to our emotions, to the moon. It's like, it's like combining the energies of Saturn, of discipline, of hard work, and Neptune, which means that you are creating something. Maybe the time is right now for you to create something, to feel good about creating something. It's that feeling complete and whole because of the work that you do. Something is not that's not done for money. It's something artistic that makes you happy, that brings pleasure. That you express your innermost desires through. And that is healing, something that you get lost in. You know, you can spend hours and hours and it gives you immense pleasure to be working on something. So that's not indulgence. That's not harming your body or harming people. It's just it just makes you feel rejuvenated. It makes you feel whole, connected to yourself again. You know, it could be that you're trying different kind of foods, you know, something that tickles your taste buds. Maybe you're trying something spicy or something tangy, something different from what you normally do. This could also be some projects that you have left shelved, you're bringing back again. You're reviving it now with a different flavor. You want to try something different on it. Maybe you had a different story before, but now you want to, you know, bring it to life with a different flavor, with a different motive. It could be. But sacral chakra is also, you know, it's the place where it's a place of our life force, of prana. It's related to moon, lot of moon energy for you, which is so Reiki. So it's, you know, your Pisces, you're the waters and the mutable waters. So I feel like emotions, creativity, flowing emotions, expressing how you feel. You might be in the flow of your emotions, just expressing to people how you feel about them. You might be open about your feelings, not hiding it anymore. And this could also be healing practices. Actually, a lot of healing is coming through for you. This could also be, you know, a lot of feminine healing power or feminine creative power over here. That's coming through. You could be into chakra healing as well, but this could also be, you know, something that you were not happy about. Maybe you're healing your body, you're healing your, maybe you want to change your hair. You're not happy about how your hair looks. You're not happy about, maybe you have some rashes on your skin. You're trying to heal that, you know. That could be done through baths or massages or something. You could also be participating in dance. You know, there's therapeutic dances also, dance therapies and therapeutic dances that people partake in to just express themselves, you know. They just start dancing. They want to release that pent-up energy. They want to express their art. It's an emotional release, actually. So you could be healing from relationships, or you could be starting up passion projects just to immerse yourself in that, to feel that immersing experience, not to earn anything or not out of duty, just because you want to do it. You know, maybe for the community, maybe for yourself, maybe you want to paint your walls, maybe you want to cook. So something that, you know, engages your senses, something that expresses. You could be wearing a lot of orange or red or shades of orange, but this is like rawness, expressing yourself, boldness, whether in love or creativity, yeah, because you've been hurt. So releasing that pain through art or through some creative ventures will bring about a lot of sacral chakra healing for you, Pisces. And you could be starting some projects for the community, helping people. I've known of people that start arts and they express their pain through arts. You know, the theme becomes like love and breakups and healing. So the artwork was, or something creative, maybe sculpting or something like that, you know, which is so emotionally charged, something that comes from the emotional pain, and it eventually releases that emotional trauma from you. And there's a lot of retreat centers like that I've heard in Bali, in Peru, and all of that actually, you know, rekindle those emotions and people that, you know, that have felt emotionally disconnected for a long, long time by attending these connection retreats that are available in Bali and Peru is what I've heard. So you could be part of wellness industry, massages and spas and therapies or something like that. You could be helping people at centers to heal through their trauma, or helping seniors or people like that. You could be therapists. You could be artists creating tattoo art based on your emotional pain, or using those themes. But something that helps you release the trauma so that, you know, you feel holistically fine and good. Mental health also comes to the forefront of this, you know. So engaging in pleasure because you want to heal, or following your passion through art to heal yourself, and just allowing those emotions to flow through it is the job of the sacral chakra. You might be into that, fully immersed into that, Pisces. And the last card for today, Pisces, you have is the Page of Swords. You see there is Lucifer on it. Now, because of the deck that I have used, there's a little bit of a cunning theme to this, right? And Lucifer is a little bit cunning over there. So with the Page of Swords, Pisces, it's just that you probably are learning a lot or reading up a lot. You're investigating something. And here with Lucifer's theme over here, it just tells us that, yeah, we learn, we apply, we make mistakes, and we learn from those mistakes. There's nothing wrong with that. And also with the current transits for you, there is something that you're paying attention to, high alert. Your senses are on high alert. You're very discerning. Look, questioning everything. You're asking the right questions without like blindly accepting what people tell you. You might be into journalism. You might be researching truths about society or people or family. This is also a card of communication. You might be learning how to communicate better or refining the ways that you talk, maybe your tone, your style of talking and things like that. But this is like, about learning a lot and then expressing what you learn or applying it, what you learn. Whether it's in your business career or in your relationships, you're trying to uncover things. Maybe you have a hunch that somebody is not saying things rightly or doing things rightly, or maybe they have a hidden motive. So you're trying to research about that. For some of you, you could be actually writers, or you could be independent journalists that are trying to uncover truths from people and give insight to the rest of the world, so that, and I really appreciate the work that the journalists are doing, because it requires a lot of courage and boldness to answer those questions, to gain the clarity and pass it on to the audience. So even though there is a little bit of a cunning magician kind of a vibes with this, but nothing wrong with that, right? It's all about staying curious. It's all about being strategic. And I think everybody is strategic in today's world. It's about not being afraid to bend the rules. So this could also be that you're getting some visions. It's like, you just know when you know, even without somebody telling you the truth. You just know that something sounds right, or the real answer, even though people might be saying something else. But seeing the wheels, it's like the clear cognizance. I think it's that ability of knowing clearly without facts what is going on. So you might be gifted in that ways as well. That I feel that, it's a very young energy of asking, of reading, of understanding things that you did not have information about, asking those questions. You might be whistleblowers. You might be addressing some issues of the society by storytelling. Maybe you're creating short movies or short films or web series, and you're trying to bring the societal issues to light, or some things that happen in the past life maybe people were unaware of. Or some of you could be actually signing up for universities and courses in sciences or psychologies or even metaphysics. You might be interested in learning up the facts, digging up the facts, and knowing the truth about a certain situation. Maybe you feel manipulated by people, or maybe you felt like people are gaslighting you over a certain issue. This could be in anything. It could be in your relationships. It could be business, finances, whatever. You might feel that you have a hunch about something not right, and it actually, when you dig into it, it might come out to be true that, yeah, your hunch was about the right thing. Or for some of you, this is like, also about writing down everything that you find or you feel. And, sometimes when we keep journaling, we keep writing, it eventually turns up into a book or a novel or a biography or something musical, even media writing poetry about how you felt and things like that. But this is a huge time where you will learn something, you will gain knowledge, you will gain the confidence, because knowledge is power. It will also enhance your self-worth about how you feel about your own self, just because, you have the insider information, you have the news, you have the clarity and things like that. It makes us feel empowered. It actually makes us, it gives a boost to our self-respect and self-worth. Knowing things, having knowledge and speaking up about it. You might be whistleblowers. You might have information about what's going on in companies, corruption, and government agencies and things like that. There's a lot of people that we've seen that, they're participating in journalism, asking different questions, challenging the narratives of people, the government, the politicians, the nations, their growth plans and things like that. So yeah, it's difficult to speak up, but I feel that you're still learning and speaking up. It's that vibe, Lucifer's vibe is like, yeah, you're standing up for yourself. You're asking those questions. Sometimes people just shy away and they're like, never mind, let it go. But you're like, if you feel something's tricky or people are gaslighting, you're confronting that. You're asking the questions. You're making wise decisions. You're discerning as to who to listen, who to not listen, right? So you're using your knowledge, your data to not only empower yourself, but also to protect and to make the right decisions. So Pisces, these being general messages, these could be playing out in your lives, in your environment. Let me know here in the comments how these energies play out for you. It helps me connect better with energies of the people who were here at Amaranth. So hope you enjoyed your messages, Pisces. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.